I love when I take these little field trips into the woods. Got a big Bushcraft backpack, a couple of blankets hanging on the bottom of it, and an axe. People think I'm nuts. Hey guys, Justin with Backyard Bushcraft. So we are less than a week away from my Bushcraft class that I'm taking over at Cold Cracker, their beginner Bushcraft class. I figured today would be a great opportunity to get outside, show you what we have as far as the loadout, and just go over the new backpack that I got. Some good, some bad things, but I think it's going to be a great video today. Alright guys, so here you have the bag that I'm going to be using for my Bushcraft class. Heavy loadout today. I'm most likely not going to be carrying this much stuff with me when I do go out in the woods, but for the beginner Bushcraft class with Cold Cracker, they do have a list of items that they recommend you bring to enhance the overall experience. Wax canvas, really cool looking, typical or just a traditional Bushcraft looking backpack. Alright guys, so let's just go over the pockets that I have filled right now. This is not off the list of recommended items for Cold Cracker. I think it's just more just common sense. You're going to be in the wood. It's going to be the springtime. Bugs coming out, getting a little bit more active, obviously, with the warmer weather. So I'm a big advocate of bug spray and tick repellent. So in my front pouch, one of the first things I'm going to grab when I get there, spray myself down, spray my area down, make sure that while I'm sleeping at night, I don't have any creepy crawlies crawling where they shouldn't be crawling. In the front pouch here, it's actually pretty big and deep, so I have my Pathfinder cook system in here, along with silverware and my bottle holder, okay? Something they actually ask that you bring, spoon, a container to cook in or to boil water in, I guess, and here's my cook system from Pathfinder. Again, guys, I'm not being paid by any of these companies to mention them or recommend their products, but these are just companies that I follow as usual, and I love this little cook set right here. So this is by Pathfinder. You can check them out at the Pathfinder Survival School. So those are the two front pockets. You can see they're pretty deep, all right, and they hold what you need. On the side pocket here, again, I just have a couple of stakes that I'm going to bring with me for when we do build our shelter. It doesn't say to bring stakes, but I'm all for comfort in the woods, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I'm comfortable while I'm sleeping. So just a few stakes there. I have my Bajo saw that hand saw that I'm obviously going to bring. I'm sure we'll be doing some type of cutting there, so I have that with me in that pocket. And sharing this pocket, obviously on the side, is my axe. All right, just so you know, the strap here, this is an extra leather strap that comes with the bag. So they have all these different areas where you could add straps if you want to set your bag up however you're comfortable doing it. That's just something I did to just secure my axe a little bit better in the bag instead of just hanging out in the bag and strapping it down. All right, so on the other side of the bag here, I know I need some utility bags, some more canvas wax bags to carry my things in. I will be picking those up. So in this little Ziploc bag here, I have a few different sewing needles. I have an S needle. I have a knife sharpener that I have not used yet. I was just going to test that out today because I do have a couple of bleeds that need to be sharpened up. I'm going to bring this in for you, John. Don't worry. John's been busting my chops about his dull knife. Also, I have a headlamp. Obviously, we're going to need a headlamp at night to see what the hell we're doing. And I also have some extra batteries with this headlamp in case these die. In this pocket as well, this will probably go into a utility bag. This is my cordage. I have some bank line. I have some paracord here. They do ask at Cold Cracker that you bring 50 feet, a minimum of 50 feet of paracord. So I have more than enough here to last me through the weekend, and just a little additional cord there. So there's my cordage that I'm bringing with me, and also some jute twine that they recommend that you bring as well. So that's it for the outside of the bag pretty much. As far as pockets are concerned with, Again, these are all pretty deep pockets. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets on the outside of this bag. Again, deep. You can strap them down with these cool looking and traditional looking leather straps. And then just, I added my little cup that I'm going to bring with me. On the bottom, I have my 2 wool blankets. I have them wrapped in each other. I have a queen size, and I believe it's a full size wool mattress. Duh, I wish. It's a queen size and full size wool blanket. They do ask that you bring 2 blankets with you. And then I also have these tied down with just some Bushcraft ratchet straps to secure to the bottom of the bag. You can use the leather straps that come with this bag, but I did want to just use my own. All right, so let's get to the inside of this puppy now. It's a fairly big bag inside. I'm not 100% positive off the top of my head how many liters this bag is, but you're going to see that it holds just about everything I'm going to need for this weekend. And unless you're doing a 2 or 3 day trip, this is probably the only time you'll have this bag as full as it is. And that's what the cold cracker class is. It's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days, 2 nights, and these are all the things they ask that you bring. So again, comfort's what I'm all about. I love these mosquito coils. Anytime I go camping, this is what I bring with me. Anytime I'm outside, especially in the garage or in my backyard, I light these things up around the yard. They are, in my opinion, the best bug or mosquito repellent that you can buy. I would check them out if you don't have them. If you've never heard of them, now you have. And I will have a link in my description for my Amazon Associates page where you can pick these up. Again, not a paid advertisement or anything like that. However, I do have an Amazon Associates page with links listed below with the items that I'll have today. And if you want, you can go buy them and I'll get a little bit of a kickback. Thank you. So, mosquito coils. So these are, again, some food that I'm going to bring with me. I have 3 different foods, or 3 different packs of food right now. I have by Mountain House, I have rice and chicken, the dehydrated food. These are actually really good. Another one by, this is actually Ready Wise. This is breakfast skillet. And here we have by Peak 2 Refuel. This is chicken pesto pasta. I've never tried these 2 before. Mountain House I have eaten out in the woods or on hikes, and they are great. You just gotta boil up some water, you put it in the pack, and you eat right out of the pack. They are very good, very filling, and they will give you the calories that you need to get through a busy day. But this is what I'll be eating for the most part. I may pick up something else, but again, yeah. This is something that is not recommended, but I did pick up recently from Cold Cracker. It's a gum blanket. We can get more into this if you want. Just let me know in the comments below. I can go over what a gum blanket is and what it's used for. But real quick, you lay this down on the ground. If it is wet, you can lean on it, sit your gear on it, and prevent it from getting wet. One side is rubber, one side is canvas. And this is just something I'm bringing additionally to keep myself from getting wet if the weather does happen to turn on us or we are doing some type of work in the woods, and I can place my gear on top. Also, I'm going to use this worst case scenario as something to lay on top of as well to prevent any type of heat loss from the ground. Then also right in the top here, because it's probably one of the first things I'm going to grab. Again, I kind of packed my bag the way that I'm going to pack it when I go away. I put the least convenient, the least important items that I'm going to need when I first get there towards the bottom of the pack, and what I think I'm going to need right when I get there at the top of the pack, so I could just kind of, get easy access to it. So here's my fire kit. Some of the things they recommend that you bring, you have 3 tin cans, or just tin cans. I assume that's going to be for some type of like char cloth. I brought my fat wood. Also, they ask that you bring flint and steel, and they ask that you bring some additional flint. I have some waterproof matches in there. I do not currently have any char cloth because I figured We're most likely going to be making the char cloth when we get there, and that's what those tin cans are for, I'm guessing. We also need a 100% terry cloth face cloth, which I'm assuming will be the material used to make that char cloth. I don't know. It's going to be a surprise for me as much as it's going to be a surprise for you. But that's my fire kit. I'm going to be making a video on this, pretty much what the contents are in this, besides what you just saw. And that's right here inside the bag. Next, and of course, I have my haversack. Let me just tell you something. This bag is quite heavy. For a short trek, a half mile, a mile, that's probably all you're going to want to bear with the amount of stuff that I have in this bag. It is heavy on the back, and the last thing you want to try to do is hike up and down mountains and go on any long treks. Set up your camp, you put this down, and then when you want to go around and do whatever chores or foraging around the forest, you have your haversack. Last but not least, I have my oil cloth tarp. So this is a 9x9 tarp. This is what I'm going to be using, obviously, for my shelter when I get there. I pretty much have decided that I'm going to go with a lean-to shelter for the simple fact that it's open, it's very spacious, and more importantly, if it does get a little chilly at night, I can have a fire right in the front of me, and I can get that heat that I need to stay warm if it does get cold. Like one change of clothes, fresh underwear, fresh socks, a pair of thermals, just in case it does get cold or chilly. Again, I looked at the temperature. It looks like it's going to be fairly decent weather. Might rain one night, who knows? But again, wrapped in here, I have an extra pair of pants, thermals, t-shirt, underwear, and socks. This is here's my extra pair of socks. I am all about comfort in the woods. There's no reason why you need to go to the woods and not be comfortable while you're there. So I'll do everything I can to make sure it's a good experience. And that will do it. So it's a pretty big bag. I mean, it's from my armpit down to my hand. I have my hand flat on the ground right now. It's a pretty big bag. I want to say this is definitely over 30 liters. It does have a drawstring here up on top. It does fold over, so you do have that traditional bushcraft look to it. It does come with extra leather straps, so you can customize how you want to carry your stuff, which I like. The only issue I have with this bag is the leather straps that attach your shoulder straps to the bag. The leather, I guess, must be a little soft. Like I said, I'm a pretty big guy, and I must have just kind of yanked it a little too hard. But the strap, luckily, broke where I don't need it, and I have to use, for right now, the last available notch on this strap. It happens to fit just right, and I'm hoping that it doesn't break any further. But that's something that I'm going to have to replace, and I might actually, instead of using this leather or another type of leather for this type of buckle, I may do something maybe a little more, just a little stronger. So when I do have a heavy pack on me, it's not going to stretch, wear out, and break like it did. I'm lucky that it only broke below the notch I need and not what I need for this class. I'll leave a link in my description where I got this bag online, and again, it's actually, it's a pretty groovy looking bag. So guys, that's it. That's the bag and the loadout for the beginner bushcraft class with Cold Cracker. I'll be there next week. I don't know what the rules are when it comes to filming while I'm there, but I will do the best I can to document what I can while there. I'm really looking forward to it. I know there's a couple of my subscribers that have been looking forward to this as well, so I will make sure that I keep you updated, and if I can and I'm allowed, I will post everything that I'm allowed to. Full disclosure, I do have the Amazon Associates page. I will have links in the description with some of the items that I showed you today. A lot of these things you can get at Cold Cracker at their website, www.coldcracker.com. Again, I'm not a paid sponsor for them at all. I just happen to love the product, and Dan Wolbach, like I always say, is You know, the guy's on point when it comes to bushcraft. I'm really looking forward to taking the class. So if you like the video, guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share my video, give me some comments, let me know what you think, let me know if there's anything that you would have added to the pack, or more importantly, what you'd like to see after I take the class next week. I really appreciate you checking me out. This is Justin from Backyard Bushcraft, signing out.